Alright guys, so Milestone just released some new fresh gameplay from MXGP 2021, this time the MXGP of Portugal. And the cool thing about this track is that we can get a direct comparison on it because it was in MXGP 2020 as well. So we'll be able to see any track changes, any graphic updates or improvements to this specific track, and just kind of get a good comparison of where we were and where we are now. This would also be the fourth and final legacy track in the game. We got the Italian track, the French track, the Mexico track, and now Portugal. So yeah, let's check it out. I haven't seen it yet either. We're going to be watching it together and come back and have a discussion about what we saw and what you guys think, because it doesn't matter, and hopefully they see your guys' opinions on it. Let me know in the comments and we'll go from there. But here is the gameplay from Portugal in MXGP 2021. Alright, so there it is, the early gameplay from the MXGP of Portugal in MXGP 2021. So, first impression, I mean, we've already seen some decent gameplay from 2021. And graphically, yeah, it looks better, for sure. I mean, the track, it ruts up more. Even if the ruts aren't doing anything, graphically, it looks better. But gameplay wise, and I was thinking to myself, why has Milestone been on this tear of having the bike like drift and fishtail and feel like the bike can't not drift? Like, why can't we hold a line and get some traction? Where did that come from? Okay, so I was watching some Supercross 1 and MXGP 3 and MXGP Pro gameplay, and in those games, and maybe some other ones too, but specifically I was checking out those games, we didn't have this no traction fishtail drift in the corners problem. Where did that come from? Why now is Milestone going for that, electing to do that? I don't like it. I don't think anybody does. And I don't know, it's just so weird. And I know that we don't have working ruts, or at least it doesn't appear that we have working ruts, so okay, that does suck. But at least don't make the gameplay worse. I mean, I don't know. I've played a bit. We did a stream. We played 3 tracks, 2 official tracks. It was, I don't even remember what they were, and a track editor track. So the drifting in corners is definitely there. I'm not saying that the bike can't, hook into an inside berm, or I was gonna say rut, but it really isn't a rut, more of an inside berm. It can hook up, but it's just like, I don't know, you have all this like kind of fake, I guess, terrain deformation. Now, that is one thing that the tracks that I played on didn't really have. I don't know if they added that in later, the terrain deformation, the ruts, even if they're not, okay, hear me out, even if they're not doing anything, graphically, it looks better. But the problem is we're getting into those ruts and cross-rutting and just kind of riding through them, but the bike is still, the back end is just pushing out constantly. And in this gameplay, it definitely appears to be that way, so I don't know. I mean, the version of the game that I played was a work in progress. It was early access, and I don't know if it was beta or what it would have been. So I'm not saying that things haven't changed because I haven't played the full game. You know, I won't really know until the game releases, but it definitely appears that way, and I feel like that's probably the two biggest things, and it's kind of turning into a broken record here, but the ruts don't do anything. And I care about that, but probably less than a bunch of you do. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about it. I'm just saying that I do care about it, but what I care about more is seeing just the gameplay in general being better and not having the bike feel like we're riding around on ice. I mean, down the straights and maybe even into the corners, it doesn't feel so bad or look so bad. But out of the corner, it's just like, whoa, why? Again, I went back and watched a gameplay from some of their past titles, and it wasn't like that. So where is this coming from? Why are they doing it this way? Is it just because it's a yearly release, so they want to make some small adjustments, even if those adjustments aren't good for the game or the health of the game? I mean, I really don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Milestone and I love that they give us these moto games, but we've discussed this already. If they have to take a year off to make the game better, and then just give us a DLC with the updated tracks for Supercross or MXGP, and then, you know, take a second year to really improve the game, you'll still make some sales with the DLC. I mean, if you give us Supercross, let's say we get Supercross 5 or MXGP 2021, then on the in-between years, give us just a DLC with any track changes or roster changes and call it good. Maybe a few other DLCs that you can work out, and then take most that year to develop the next game. I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't work. I mean, maybe you don't make quite as much money, but the quality of content, and you'll probably bring back or attract new customers if your game is better. And I'm not saying 2021 is bad. I definitely haven't played enough to know for sure, but I don't know. I think they definitely need to give some more love to, for sure, MXGP, Supercross as well. So you guys, girls, are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.